What's going on, guys? So today I'm gonna show you a trade that I'm gonna make on EOS, and first off we can see that we've completed a set of 5 impulse waves, so something like this. And then we have an ABC type of correction that ended here. We don't know for sure that that it ended here. It might as well be an extended correction like this, but we'll have to see how the action goes. But this shouldn't affect our trade though. So let's say we have an ABC here, then the trade that I'm gonna make is more of a swing trade. I'm gonna choose 1 hour time frame. So first we need to draw out the 5 impulse waves that we can see when looking at this bull trend, and I can see that we have a 1, 2, hold on, sorry. 2, 3, something like this. And then we're about to end the 5th wave right now. So if we want to confirm that this is a correct count, we need to count the subwaves. And if we count the subwaves, it would look something like this. So first wave has 5 subwaves, 3, 4, 5. Then an ABC type of correction here, and then we have 5 subwaves again. 1, 2, and then it's 1, 2. Oh no, that's wrong. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then we have an ABC again. And we've probably started the first subwave of the 5th wave. So the 5th wave should consist of 5 subwaves, and it could look something like this. Now the thing is, we don't know where to set the target, so we need to use the trend Fibonacci trend tool that you can find here. trend-based Fibonacci extension, and then you take the bottom of the first wave to the top of the first wave to the beginning of the third wave. And according to Elliott Wave theory, the third wave is usually 1.618 of the first wave, which is pretty accurate here. There's also a big resistance zone here that fits very well. And the fifth wave is usually as long as the first wave, or 2.618 of the first wave. So I would set a target around, to be conservative, I would set a target around this area because there's a lot of resistance. But I wouldn't be surprised if we could hit new all-time highs around this area as well. But when I set targets, I usually go for the lower target around the resistance areas because I don't want to have too high expectations. So we can check this, if this target setting, can check if it's correct. And now that we know that the first wave of the fifth, now that we know that the first subwave of the fifth wave is completed, we can use the same technique here and just use the trend-based Fibonacci tool and take it from the bottom of the first wave to the top, and then to the beginning of the third wave. So here you can see that, like I said before, the third subwave is usually 1.618 of the first wave, which is correct here. So we can lower this a little. I'm gonna put it here around this area. And then the fifth wave, the fifth subwave, is either 2.618. I mean, it could even go up here, but I'm gonna be conservative, like I said, and target around this area or this area. So I'm gonna choose the 2.618 because I think the fifth wave is gonna be a little longer, a little higher up than the third wave. So now that we know that we have a proper target, we know that we need to look at some other signs that would support this trade. So what I saw was that this pattern right here is looking like a bull flag or like a pennant, and it could even be like a, it couldn't even form like a ascending triangle as well, because we see two bottoms here that forms a diagonal line. So it's either this or something like that. And what I see is that we are forming an ABCDE type of correction, which means that it's a zigzag correction, which means that it goes ABC, that's forming the first wave, ABC forming the second wave, ABC, ABC here, third wave, and then ABC again, fourth wave. We're ending the fifth wave, also known as the E wave. So that means that this correction could be over very soon. And what I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna buy in at the bottom of this trend line around here, and I'm gonna target first, I'm gonna target this area. But so if you're a safe trader, you should target this area. But now that I know that we have the potential to go as high as this area right here, my risk to reward ratio will be much higher. So if I target this area right here, I'm gonna show you exactly what it looks like. So I take this long position. Let's say I buy in around here. I set a pretty tight stop loss right below this trend line in case it drops a little, and then I raise this to my target, which is around this resistance area, and you can see that we have a risk to reward ratio at 11, which is pretty good. So when I buy in, I'm gonna set my buy orders in several like ladders. So I'm not gonna buy in just here. I'm gonna do something like buy in here, 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 and here. So I'm buying in 4 different levels. So now that we know that this trade is probably profitable, we can look at this whole trend on a bigger scale. And if the price, if the price moves up to this spot here, that means that we've reached new all-time highs, and we could potentially be in a even bigger bigger trend. And the trend that I see is something like this. So the first 5 waves will form a first wave of a bigger trend, and the ABC will form the second wave. And now you may ask yourself, but what if this wave it can't be the third wave, because the third wave needs to be longer than the first wave. So this would probably be the first subwave of the third wave. So that means I need to set the third wave up here, somewhere up here, and then fourth wave, and then fifth wave. So this is just like speculative. I wouldn't trust this prediction that much, but because we need confirmation that this is actually going to happen. So as soon as we get more data, I will update this. But if we take the same principle here with the trend-based Fibonacci extension, beginning of the first wave to the end of the first wave to the beginning of the third wave. And according to the Elliott Wave guidelines, the third wave should be around 1.618 of the first wave. And the fourth wave usually corrects around 40%. So it's around here. And the fifth wave is either as long as the first wave, so up here, or could even go as high as 2.618. So I'm not gonna go into much detail into this because it's so far away, but if you're a long-term holder, I think this is good to know that it has the potential to go as high as this. And you may ask yourself, okay, so what's the time frame? We don't know yet, but we could be like this, could go parabolic like this. So this could be in a couple of months or so, or maybe 6 months, I don't know. I usually don't look at the time frames that much because it's so difficult to predict the time. But let's say we target the 2.618 and we check the US dollar price. So it's 0.03, what was it, 38. So at the current Bitcoin price, that would be around $8,000. That would be $30. But I assume that the Bitcoin price will go up as well. And let's say Bitcoin will be at 30,000 times 0.0038. That would be a price of $114 for EOS. I mean, it's possible, but it's just like 12x from here, which is not that much in cryptos, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna make a shorter trade here and just focus on these targets right here. Alright guys, so Hope that you liked this video. Let me know if you have any coins that you want me to analyze, or yeah, if you have any comments or anything. Click the like button and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Cheers, guys.